friends, and welcome to the video. If you've never seen my face before, I'm Olivia, and as you see behind me, I am a fragrance enthusiast, reviewer, whatever you'd like to call me. And if you have seen my face before, hello darling. I'm so happy to have you here today because I'm going to do a video that I feel is long overdue because I get a lot of messages of people asking me, I love your videos, but I'm newer at perfumes, and so I need some recommendations for someone that is just starting. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. Some perfumes that are easy and simple if you are just starting your collection. So if you're into that sort of thing, I suggest that you subscribe because on this channel, we just talk about perfume. That's it. If perfume is your thing, this is the place to be, so hit that follow button. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So I've noticed that there are particular brands that are very, very safe for beginners. So I'm going to talk about individual fragrances from said brands, but it's kind of a fail-safe that if you like one thing from the brand, it's an easygoing brand. So you can kind of pick and choose anything within that range and you will probably like it. It's also important to note that collecting fragrances is very expensive. So if you can get your hands on a sample, I always suggest it. For the purpose of this being beginner friendly, I'm going to make sure that all of the perfumes that I talk about today are under $100. Starting with the House of Sniff, we have a newer fragrance from the collection, and this is called Crumb Couture. And this is a really fun one for summer because this is a summer gourmand. So this smells like a hot and flaky buttery pastry with a sweet blueberry jam on top of it. This is going to be appropriate for people who really like sweet, edible type fragrances that want to smell like a snack, but don't want something super heavy for the hot months. It's the blueberry jam that's a little bit tart, a little bit sweet, and it helps it from being too heavy and too sickly sweet for the warmer months. So if you're looking for something that's sweet, you want to smell like a snack, you want to smell buttery and flaky and fruity, this would be a good one to start. It's called Crumb Couture by Sniff. Next is from the House of Kayali, and if you have watched any amount of perfume videos here on YouTube, I guarantee that you have heard about this. This is Vanilla 28, and this is quite simply a straightforward, sweet baker's vanilla that is really effective and it's not so challenging, so it's going to be perfect for a beginner. You've got a slight booziness, you have a sweetness that's coming from brown sugar, and you have a little bit of floral in there that gives a slight bit of complexity. But if you're looking for a very simple, effective vanilla that smells warm, creamy, and very, very cozy, I would go with this. And if you don't like sweet fragrances, this definitely errs on the side of more sweet. But just like the other one, this is a good summer gourmand because I've worn this in high heat and it is not too sickeningly sweet or drowning you. And the reason that I talk about season-specific perfumes is because some notes, like vanilla, can be a little bit heavy during the hot months, and vice versa, some lighter notes don't fare as well in the cold weather because they don't have the heat underneath them to make them shine. So citrus fragrances in wintertime, not always the best idea, but on the flip side, a really heavy chocolatey perfume, not great for summers. I'm just giving you that tip because I know a lot of you are newer, and so I want to give you all the little information that I can. Next is my personal favorite from the House of Phlur, and this is called Not Your Baby. Now, this is such a special fragrance because it ticks a lot of boxes. You get a strong, creamy, woody element. You also get a powdery floral element and quite a bit of sweetness. So think creamy, think powdery, think floral, and think sweet. That's what you're going to get from Not Your Baby. And there are quite a few good beginner fragrances from the House of Phlur, and they are available at Sephora. So if you can always get a discovery set to see if any of these are good for you. But you can also go into Sephora if you have one in your area to smell them. And I always suggest making sure that you don't just spray it on paper. You put some on your skin, you put some on your clothes, you let it dry, and you really see how it warms up to your personal chemistry because that's gonna make a huge difference as to how you perceive the smell. Some perfumes really don't do well on paper, but they do incredibly on skin. So make sure that you're really testing out something if you're interested in it. Next is Coconut Sun by the House of the Seven Virtues, and this is also available at Sephora, and this is a clean fragrance line. With this one, you have coconut, frangipani, and vanilla, but this is not a thick, dense coconut. This is an airy coconut with a sweet vanilla and a nice tropical floral that gives it a sweetness, but it's not so floral that it's going to be challenging for a beginner. Because you have to be careful as a beginner with white florals. Sometimes it takes a little bit more of a developed nose to appreciate things like gardenia or jasmine, as they tend to be quite heavy. But on the flip side, this is frangipani, which is much more tropical. It's sweet, it's a little bit buttery, and it's rounded off with this beautiful watery coconut. So this almost smells like a tropical drink that you would have on the beach. And I get a pretty good projection and lasting power given that this is a more natural fragrance. So if you're looking for something that's vegan and cruelty-free, check out the Seven Virtues. Now, I apologize, this one is just a couple dollars over $100. This is $102, but I thought that it would be perfect for this list, and the entire house is very, very likable, very easy to enjoy. So this is from the brand Brown Girl Jane, and this is called Dawn. This is such a pretty, soft, sweet, feminine perfume that has a lot of vanilla. It also has iris. Now, if you ever see the note iris, that means that it's going to have quite a bit of a powderiness to it. But the main player, in my opinion, in this is Raspberry Bloom, that gives it this beautiful, fruity, tart, and juicy feel. Blended along with that vanilla, it is sweet and creamy. Almost think like a raspberry milkshake made into a very sophisticated body butter, because it's got this creaminess to it, and it is ultra feminine. I imagine this exactly as the color of the bottle, this creamy light pink. So if you're looking for something that is sweet, very feminine, very easygoing, won't give you a headache, I would check out Dawn by Brown Girl Jane. Now, if you're looking for something on the very affordable side, I would definitely urge you to check out Good Chemistry. They're available at Target, and they've got some really great scents, and often you can test them in store. So in particular, today we're talking about Coffee Cloud. And if you've ever smelled Ariana Grande Cloud, this smells very similar, but this is a softer version. So this almost has an airy spun sugar type vibe to it. But don't let that coffee in there scare you off, because this is not a heavy black coffee. If anything, it's a far off background player that gives a little bit of nuttiness, a little bit of interest. It's almost like a frappuccino. So think spun sugar, very airy, with like a vanilla bean frappuccino. That's what you're going to get out of this. So if you like Ariana Grande Cloud, but you have a hard time finding it, or it's not in your budget, these run about $20 to $30 at Target, and this is the perfume version, but they actually have body mists. Now, they don't last as long, so I would always say don't waste your money on body mists and just go for the perfume. But if you're short on a couple dollars and you want to go for the body mist and you don't need something that's very long lasting, this does come in a body mist. So that's Coffee Cloud from Good Chemistry. Now, the only body mists that I would really suggest that actually have some lasting power to them are from the brand Sol de Janeiro. And this one in particular is Brazilian Crush Cheriosa 71. So this is not the scent of their original Bum Bum Cream. Now this one has notes of caramelized vanilla and macadamia. But to me, this is ooey gooey, sticky sweet, and almost smells like caramel popcorn or syrup on waffles. It's very, very sweet, very gourmand. And although these are usually marketed towards the summertime, that's kind of their whole aesthetic, is that Rio beach vibe, I would say that this one fares a little bit better in cooler weather. So if you like something that is very caramelized, very vanilla, very thick, but not too challenging, I would try Cheriosa 71 by Sol de Janeiro. Another great place to start if you are a beginner is Arab perfumes. Now, I'm gonna say that with a little bit of caution, because Arab perfumes are great for your money. You usually can get them for very inexpensive. The lasting power is incredible, but you have to be careful which ones you're picking because some of them are so incredibly strong that to the novice nose, it might be a little bit too challenging. So today I'm going to show you one that is a very, very affordable Arab perfume, only about $10 on Amazon, but is not quite as challenging and heavy as a lot of Arab perfumes on the market. So this is called Choco Musk by Rehab, and to me, this literally smells like Cocoa Puffs. It's got this slightly powdery, artificial chocolate smell to it, and it also has a musk, which means it gives a bit of an airy, clean touch to it, which is interesting because traditionally musk was a product used in perfume that was taken from the anal glands of a musk deer, and it added a not clean scent to fragrances, so that's changed a lot. So musk was used to mean something very, very different in the past, and now it's kind of the scent that you get from soap or clean laundry. So if you can imagine that clean smell along with Cocoa Puffs, that's what you're going to get out of this, and like I said, $10 on Amazon. You can't beat that price. So it seems like I've talked a lot about some sweeter, more gourmand fragrances. So I wanted to add to the list something that is more for the clean girl aesthetic, something that is day to day, not challenging, very clean, and would fit every occasion. So this is Salt Air by Skyler. This smells like you're hanging freshly washed linens on the beach side. So you're getting that beautiful salty air running through, and you have the clean laundry wafting back and forth, and it's just giving this beautiful, ethereal, clean, and easy fragrance. So this is so beautiful, so underrated, and the people that I've turned this on to are just so impressed by it. So this is also available at Sephora. If you can, get your nose on this, spray it on your clothes, spray it on your skin, and experience it for yourself because this is so stunning. Another very budget-friendly option is anything from the line of Monde Gourmand. Now, these are available in Urban Outfitters, and they are $25, so they're very inexpensive. And one of my favorites at the moment is 000 or 000. Now, this has water lily, which is a very sheer floral. So it's not going to be your traditional grandmother type floral. It's very aquatic, and it's supported by a lot of citrus. So you get a little bit of that tanginess in the beginning. But in the base, when this dries down, it has sandalwood. And sandalwood is a type of wood that can sometimes have a creamy, milky element to it. So if you can imagine what this smells like, you have aquatic, sheer florals, you have some citrus, and you have a creamy woodiness. So this also goes along with the clean girl aesthetic, very effortlessly chic, and it's only $25. I had to make sure that I include something for my citrus lovers. So this one is by the brand Dead Cool, and this is called Red Dakota. You know those little clementines in a bag cuties? When you peel them and you get the oil that's coming off of the skin of the cutie, that's what this smells like when you first spray it on. This also has a note of wild berries, so it has this sweet tartness to it. But in the base, you have a little bit of gardenia that will give it a little bit of a smoothness, a little bit of a soft powdery quality. But when this dries down, it's a little bit complex. It's got a little bit of woodiness and a little bit of creaminess. So if you like something that's sweet and really tart and citric in the beginning, but dries down with a cool ambery woodiness, I would definitely check out Red Dakota by Dead Cool. For another very affordable option that again you can get at Target, this is from the brand Pacifica, and this one is called Sunrise Moon. Now to me, this one literally smells like peach rings. You know those candy gummy peach rings that have the like crystalline sugar on top? That's exactly what this smells like. It has a peach, it has mandarin orange, and it has cardamom. And that cardamom adds a little bit of spiciness to it, but all in all, this is a very easygoing, sweet peach scent that would be good for summer, and these are super duper affordable. You can find them at Target. That is Sunrise Moon by Pacifica. Now I can't forget my floral lovers, so this is by the brand Define Me, and this is called Delphine. I love the scent of lilac because it was very common in the area that I grew up. I grew up in the Midwest in Iowa, and there were lilac bushes all summer long. So to me, this just smells like childhood because you get this fluffy floral that is powdery and soft and a little bit sweet and very easygoing. It also has ylang ylang, which is a yellow flower that's very tropical, that has a creamy sweet feel to it. It also has a little bit of coconut. All in all, what this smells like to me is a lilac that's slightly soapy. So if you like floral that is soft and delicate, but it's got a little bit of a clean soapiness, just a little bit, then I would go with Delphine by Define Me. So obviously there's loads of more perfumes that I could show you guys that are under $100. So if you'd like a part 2, please comment down below and let me know which one of these sparked interest. Do you want to try any of these? And if so, if you have any, let us know down below. Thank you guys so much for taking time to watch my video today. I always appreciate you guys being here. It is something that I'm very passionate about, and it just warms my heart to see your guys' comments, and it just makes me feel like I am part of a really cool group of people. So introduce yourself down below, get to talking, let's all be friends, and until next Saturday, take care of yourselves, my friends.